What's up, functional bodybuilders? I'm reviewing the B stance deadlift today. A B stance is an offset stance which puts more emphasis on one leg versus the other. It's a way of doing unilateral training without having to lift a foot off the ground, which would demand a lot more balance and coordination. This way, we can keep both feet on the floor, bias one leg, and get a lot of unilateral training or a bias unilateral side when we're doing deadlifts. Let's go ahead and start by addressing the stance. For the stance, I'm gonna have my right leg our focus leg right now. The off leg is going to come back anywhere from 3 to 6 inches from the middle of this foot. What I want you to think about is a 70-30 or 60-40 balance between the feet. This back leg is still going to be working and it's still going to be providing balance, but it's not the dominant leg. The forward leg and the forward hamstring and glute is the dominant leg that we're going to be using. Next up is the setup position. For the setup position, just like any deadlift, we want a flat back. Our hips are going to be lower than our shoulders, but our shoulders are going to be over the barbell. What that means is if I draw a straight line down from my shoulder, it's going to be right in front of the bar of my hands or directly over. What we don't want is we do not want our hands in front of our shoulder. So with my shoulder over the bar and my back flat and 60 to 70% of my weight on my front leg, I can pull up and come back down. Now, once you get comfortable with the stance and the setup, the most common fault that we're gonna see is really bar path, how the bar is coming up the body. And if you get too low, you're going to find you have to drag the bar around that forward knee. So we do not want to have our shoulders behind the bar, which would then lead to that position. I can also call this leaning too far back. So get your shoulders over the bar by raising your hips slightly, and you're going to have an easy time navigating the bar around your knee. Go ahead and take advantage of the form review option that you have today. Film your last 3 reps of this exercise on both legs and submit them in the form review section of the training app. This way, we can give you tips on how to improve your technique. And when you're doing it, film from the side so we can see bar path. And when you're at the top, we can see your foot position so we can evaluate your stance. Use that feature and get better every cycle.